All right. Hello, everybody. How are you guys? I hope you guys are good. Hope you're having a fantastic day or night, no matter where you are. Those of you that are new, welcome. So happy to have you. Those of you that are returning, great to have you guys back. Thank you to everybody who's in here. So glad you guys are in here. I know this is it's 1:30 a.m. here, so it's a weird time here, but appreciate you guys being here. Okay. So first thing I want to do is I want to go over real quick. It's real short. Plunder True Crime put out another call from Magnolia. And this actually mentions an assault that she took from JLR in August. Okay, so this was before the Christmas incident. She calls, this was after the incident that she's calling, but she is talking about a previous incident that happened in August. So wanted you guys to hear that. Again, everything that I say in this video is strictly my opinion based off of the research I have done and my perception of it. Do your own research, think for yourself, and form your own opinions. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty in the court of law, and everything is alleged. Okay? All right, so let's play this one first. And again, full credit for this video to Plunder True Crime on YouTube. The link to this video on her channel is down in the description below. January 23rd, 2026.
We were domestic partners living at that address I just gave you. And over Christmas, we were in Washington State, and he assaulted me, broke my nose. And there's a criminal case, a felony, second-degree assault and domestic violence case with the prosecutor in Chelan County, Washington. So he's pending charges on that, and that's what this is. That's what this order was relating to. But also, my second question, this was obviously not the first assault.
I had a client who got out of the shower this morning to see law enforcement leaving his driveway. Nothing was left on his door. He said that an officer was getting back into his vehicle when he had a towel still wrapped around him. It's about 6:30 a.m. this morning. He's hung around.
And I wanted to ask about, am I able to press charges against him or file police reports for incidents that happened previously that happened there in Pasco County? For example, there was a very...
I'm sorry, I said this was 2 minutes. That's not. It's 11 minutes. I was 2 minutes in. My bad. But just so you guys know.
Vicious assault in August. And at the time, well, I didn't press charges at the time. Because he threatened me if I called the police and all that. But I just wanted to know if I'm able to go back and file charges at this point for the prior assaults that happened there in your jurisdiction.
Now you'll hear it again with the responses.
Friday, January 23, 2026, 12:55 and 41 seconds.
Communications, how may I help you?
Hi, yes. I was calling to inquire about an order of protection that would have been sent to the Pasco County Sheriff to be served. And I'm trying to figure out if that's been served yet. And then I had a separate question after that.
Okay. What's the address out there?
The address of the service
Correct.
would be Baxley Lane, Baxley Lane, and it's Port Richey.
Perfect. And repeat that address just for verification.
Baxley Lane, Port Richey, 34668.
And the phone number you're calling from.
My number is and this is
for verification as well.
yes.
And your first and last name. Can you spell your last name
And
for me, Amy? Perfect. And who was the injunction being served to?
The respondent is
And what
So
was the question?
well, and I was just going to let you know, so this order, it's an ex parte order of protection that I got in my new location in Garland County, Arkansas. And it was filed, it was granted by the judge on the 21st, so Wednesday the 21st, in Garland County Circuit Court. So I know they had to send it to Pasco County to be served, and I just don't know how to check on if it's been served or not. But my other question is, so this is relating to, so we were domestic partners living at that address I just gave you, and over Christmas we were in Washington State, and he
Plunder.
assaulted
True
me,
crime
broke my nose,
audio.
and there's a criminal case, a felony second-degree assault and domestic violence case with the prosecutor in Chelan County, Washington. So he's pending charges on that, and that's what this is. That's what this order was relating to. But also, my second question: this was obviously not the first assault. And I wanted to ask about, am I able to press charges against him? Or
So here's where she calls it. Here, January 23rd is where we find out. Well, there's been, well, she says allegedly that there's been more assaults, and she wants to know if she can press charges for an assault that happened back, a vicious assault, she says, that happened back in August. Now, she didn't press charges, she said, because he threatened her. But I do wonder if there are like if she went to the hospital then. I wonder if there's any kind of records to support the claim that, you know what I mean, she had a really bad assault in August. So I just wonder about that. But this is where, she said before, things have gotten crazy and he's assaulted me over the years. But it sounds like here that the assault that allegedly the assault that had occurred in August was much worse than the one that occurred at Christmas time.
or file police reports for incidents that happened previously that happened there in Pasco County. For example, there was a very vicious assault in August. And at the time, well, I didn't press charges at the time. Because he threatened me if I called the police and all that. But I just wanted to know if I'm able to go back and file charges at this point for the prior assaults that happened there in your jurisdiction.
I'll go ahead and I'll send a call over to our desk officers for you. They're going to give you a call back. When they do, it's going to come from a blocked private or restricted phone number. They typically call back within the hour. I do have both of those questions, so they'll know exactly what you're wanting as soon as they reach out to you. Okay?
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Thank you so much.
Of course. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Friday, January 23, 2020. 14:12 and 05 seconds.
Communication.
Hi there. My name is. I'm an attorney up in Washington State. This is a non-emergency. I had a client who got out of the shower this morning to see law enforcement leaving his driveway. Nothing was left on his door. He said that an officer was getting back into his vehicle when he had a towel still wrapped around him. It's about 6:30 a.m. this morning. He's hung around the house. Nobody came back. I have a matter that we're expecting maybe service on, and I just wanted to coordinate with somebody on getting back to him or getting whatever you guys need resolved.
Okay, do you happen to have the address that this was regarding?
I do.
Okay, go ahead with it.
The physical address is Baxley, Baxley Lane in Port Richey.
Okay. And you said this was about 6:30 this morning?
That's what he said, yep.
Okay. So I'm looking around the area here. I don't see a call here for 6:30 in the area.
Okay. If it was process service, would it be listed on your sheet there?
So that would be a separate number. I can give you their number to maybe see if that was them that was out there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just check for them.
Yeah, let me
get whatever it is.
Number.
Yeah, go ahead, please, whenever you're ready.
Plunder, True Crime Audio.
It's 28 degrees here.
Oh, goodness. We actually got there this past week. We got there.
No way. Oh, God.
But, yeah, not often that happens, but yeah. So it was like, I think the other morning when I woke up, it was 25 here.
Oof.
Yeah.
All right, well, I won't complain. All right, at least it's sunny today. Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
This says caller was in Washington State on Christmas Eve night. Boyfriend assaulted her and broke her nose. Boyfriend is now driving to location. Suspect is currently in South Dakota per his location. Caller advises that she is going to visit a friend out of state. Provided caller with domestic violence hotline information. Teletype reference their active battery case. Can't read behind that writing. The caller is just making us aware since they live together at location. She flew home this morning. He was arrested, so he missed his flight. Looks like he's driving here. What? She flew home this morning. He was arrested, so he missed his flight. Looks like he's driving here, and she's going to leave the state before he gets back. But she wanted to make us aware just in case. Just in case he gets back before then. He gets back and calls her in missing. What? The agency will have to contact us if they want an AOA for an interview or to execute an arrest warrant if it's issued by their courts. December 27th, 2025. Dang. It says he got arrested here. It's probably right behind this freaking state called in above, told him to call Pascal. I wonder if that stays. Let me see. Yeah, that's it. There is no, wait. Pascal blank advised there is no probable cause. Not sure what blank is needing. required deputy to call him December 27th, 2025. And then down here it says per X37, the caller is just making us aware since they live together at location. She flew home this morning. He was arrested, and so he missed his flight. Looks like he's driving here, and she's going to leave the state before he gets back. But she wanted to make us aware just in case. I don't know if that's what it says. That's in the notes. Plunder True Crime said more evidence is on the way. I'm going to mail a check to Florida. So make sure you guys follow her because she gets all this stuff. Okay. Sorry about that. That's what she said, and that's what he wrote down in the notes. So I don't know. That's first time I ever heard that. My opinion is if it's true, he needs to go to prison. Not man needs to be putting their hands on a woman, period. And if he is telling her not to something to for me, he is traumatizing her. Yeah, first time I ever heard arrest mentioned. Okay. So, and I had briefly mentioned this earlier, 2 of JLR's exes had reached out to Go Lightly Life Coach is the name of the channel. And they sent her all the proof that they were actually with him. They had pictures, they had information, they had all kinds of stuff of them together. So she verified who they were. But they had lots to say, especially Angela. She had lots to say. And let me tell you, it's wild. Okay. That's all I'll say. Like, it's wild, but I'll let you guys decide for yourself. So we're going to jump into that. Let me change this real quick. Oh. All right. And I'm not going to play the full thing. But her full video is linked down in the description below. But we are going to go over the sections that the ex was talking about JLR. Okay. All right. So let's go. Yes, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so, and consider joining and becoming a member of the family. Change this. Now here she does say she verified.
Let's see.
Her. And then she shows throughout.
How can we get the link?
Section.
Okay, so check this out. On your, all right, wait. I got it. Like the videos, you were like, listen, this is Angela. Okay. Angela.
Hi.
Wait a second. Are you telling me right now? Are you telling me that you're not Jay for Justice? Because everybody thinks you're Jay for Justice.
No, I'm not even sure who that is.
Oh, see, you matched the girl can I show the pictures of you and JLR real quick?
Sure.
All right. So just to make sure, so this is not for J for Justice. This is her with JLR. And here they are.
Yep. See,
we got lots more. We got videos of them kissing.
So she is an ex.
Got other stuff. Won't show that. Won't show that. Won't show that. Definitely not gonna show that. Oh yeah, here they are together. Is that the same girl or is that J for Justice? Okay. Very pretty. Yes. Here they are out to eat. There's lots of pictures of them together. So ta-da, Jonathan is straight.
Maybe.
We look like maybe. Really?
I'm just playing. Hi guys. Sorry, I'm kind of camera shy and I've never done this before and
okay. So
I'm not sure
you
how
reached out to me.
Wait, I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna write this in here just in case. Just in case. Here, let me edit this. Let me put this post up real quick. I will try to mute what I have to mute, but just in case. Okay. Yep, so this is his ex. And she'll tell you all about it. So let's take a listen.
And so you came into the chat a few days ago. And I got very curious of you. So you contacted me on Facebook. Now, you didn't just contact me through some bullshit thing and you showed me your official picture and you were like, listen, this is who I am. And you showed me so much stuff to prove, like the videos. You were like, listen, I'm the real deal. That's what you said. So,
yes.
So we've already proved that. So it's not J for Justice. And there is another one that should be coming up. And so she wanted to make sure that we knew a couple of things. So she kind of told the chat a couple of days ago that they had a 2-year relationship. So I'll let you have the floor, lady.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I'm a little bit camera shy. I'm not used to speaking publicly or anything like that. So, I mean, I'm just basically here to say that I believe Magnolia. I was with him for 2 years and he has a very bad temper. I'm not going to lie and say that he hit me. He never hit me. He did threaten to, once he threatened to throw his hot coffee on me. He did push me against a wall one time, but he never actually hit me. But he's a very, very bad person. And the reason that I'm speaking is because I don't like how he victimizes people. He's a scam artist. And he's supposed to be trying to get justice for victims.
Well, they were together for 2 years. And she said he'd never hit me, but he did push me against a wall. And he did threaten to pour hot coffee on me. But again, everything is alleged. This is his ex-girlfriend. She is speaking. And that's what it is. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Okay. I just want to say everything is alleged.
And investigating things to help the victim. And he's not doing it for that reason. He actually loves it when a tragedy happens because he likes to take advantage of the situation and use that for his own gain.
When did you guys date?
We were together from the end of 2016 till September of, so it was around Christmas of 2016 till like mid-September of 2018.
Wow. How did you meet him?
We had mutual friends on Facebook.
So it was a Facebook group?
No, it wasn't actually a group. We just had mutual friends.
Oh, okay. And when you met him, what'd you think? Did you think he was hot?
I didn't. We actually spent a lot of time talking on the phone.
Okay.
I thought he was very charming. really sweet. And I knew that he had just gotten out of prison. But we spent a lot of time talking, video chatting and stuff like that before we actually got together. We met for the first time in person in February of 2017. And then we moved in together in March.
Okay, that's not that. So a month.
Yeah, well, basically, yeah, a month.
A month. But because this is important, you guys. The ex before was ding, ding, ding.
He loves it when a tragedy happens because he likes to take advantage of the situation and use that for his own gain.
When did you guys date?
We were together from the end of 2016 till September of, so it was around Christmas of 2016 till like mid-September of 2018.
Wow. How did you meet him?
We had mutual friends on Facebook.
So it was a Facebook group?
No, it wasn't actually a group. We just had mutual friends.
Oh, okay. And when you met him, what'd you think? Did you think he was hot?
I didn't. We actually spent a lot of time talking on the phone.
Okay.
I thought he was very charming and really sweet. But we spent a lot of time playing video chatting and stuff like that before we actually got together. We met for the first time in person in February of 2017, and then we moved in together in March.
Okay, that's not that. So a month.
Yeah, well, basically, yeah, a month.
A month. But because this is important, you guys. The ex before was ding, 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 Naomi.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So before we go any further, he moved in and you found out that he had gotten out of jail and he had a very brief relationship with his wife, Naomi.
Before we moved in together, I told him, that's when I found out about Naomi. And I told him that I wasn't going to be with a married man. So he did this whole thing where he ran down to the Chester County courthouse, filed for a divorce, and sent me all the paperwork. But I don't believe that he ever saw that divorce through. He showed me a lot of videos of her, and he said that she was crazy. And she was talking about, how she had, the government had, injected her with AIDS and they were tracking her and all this other stuff. It was crazy. And he was just like, well, I'm over all of that and I'm done with all of that. I think he's still married to Naomi. He admitted to me that they were both YouTubers. They were both part of this James Holmes group where they called themselves homies. And she went to his house in Westchester. They were together for 2 weeks, literally. That's it.
They got married in 2 weeks?
They got married right away. I think it was like the third day she got there. And then they were together for 2 weeks. And then his parents said that she had to go. They gave her money and a plane ticket back to Colorado. And that was the last time he saw her. After that, she got in trouble for drugs. She was in jail.
She's not doing very well. Cutsy did a lot of investigating into the ex-wife. I mean digging. And she said, Marissa, the situation with the ex-wife is actually horribly sad. She's schizophrenic. She's I guess they had a nice thing in the beginning, I guess, but then I guess she has wild thoughts and she was very paranoid.
If you remember, we learned in a couple lives ago that he actually had her committed. JLR had his ex-wife committed and thrown into a freaking loony bin because he said she ran into traffic and they couldn't find any. It was right in front of the Justice Building and they could not find any evidence on camera footage or nothing that it happened. He wanted her gone. Isn't that insane? Like, the more you listen to this and it gets deeper, it's almost like physical abuse is one thing, but mental issues, like real mental issues, is a whole nother ball game, and it's crazy. Again, just my opinion.
Patsy had told me about all that. So it only took how long did they meet until they got married?
I think they were together for maybe 3 days, he said. Yes.
Oh my God, this is like the hottest situation ever. Like,
Because Jonathan is so just obsessed with the idea of, I mean, for him, I think it was just a big thing that she was a big YouTuber. So he wanted to be with someone who was a big YouTuber. He wants attention.
Yeah.
He wants to be known. That's what he really cares about. He's a true narcissist.
yeah. What happened when he moved? What happened when he moved in?
He was actually, when I started talking to him, okay, so he and Naomi, she was already in jail at this point, and he had just gotten out of jail because he went back. Remember, he was in prison for 10 years, and then he got out, and then he did that Sandy Hook thing. He wasn't supposed to leave Pennsylvania. He recorded it, so they violated him, and he went back for 2 years for doing that. So that's when I met him, and we started talking, and I found out about Naomi, and I told him, I'm not going to be with a married guy, and he was like, but we weren't really together.
But on
And so
paper, they were.
Right, and that's all he really cared about. So when he got out, and she was in jail when he got out of jail for drugs, and then he started using her pictures to troll, and I think he was getting guys to send him money.
Now, really quick, because I kind of had a meltdown yesterday, and you probably saw me crying hysterical because you were the one that sent me a picture of Frankie Rusek, not knowing that the whole Frankie Rusek, Shanann Watts' brother, was being trolled to death.
Yeah, Shanann Watts, as in Chris Watts' wife.
And you said to me, and I felt like a ton of bricks fell on my head when you said it, and you sent me that photo, and you redacted the photo, which I thought was, very classy, because you were like, I want to not send something graphic. And I was like, wait a second, I remember when this happened. He used Naomi's account, trolled Frank Rusek, which is the father. I have the messages, and Frankie. And then he was engaging in some flirtatiousness with the son, not the father, because Frank is the father. Frankie is.
Isn't that insane? Posing as, everything is alleged. Posing as Naomi, he would, on her account, would go in and like attack the father, but flirt with, it's wild. I got to go back and hear that again.
And he moved in.
He was actually, when I started talking to him,
a picture of Frankie Rusek, not knowing that the whole Frankie Rusek, Shanann Watts' brother, was being trolled to death. And you said to me, and I felt like a ton of bricks fell on my head when you said it, and you sent me that photo. And you redacted the photo, which I thought was, very classy, because you were like, I want to not send something graphic. And I was like, wait a second, I remember when this happened. He used Naomi.
D. Libby, yeah, she came out on X and made a statement a couple, like 2 days, I think, after it broke. And she just said she wasn't going to rehash it publicly. She was going to let the court and the paperwork speak for itself. And like, that's pretty much all she has been chatting back and forth with people on X and answering questions and stuff that way. So that's all I know. I've reached out to her. I haven't heard anything back.
His accounts trolled Frank Rusek, which is the father. I have the messages, and Frankie. And then he was engaging in some flirtatiousness with the son, not the father, because Frank is the father. Frankie is the son. That's who they got a nude photo of. Jonathan made it his life's mission to really come for Frankie and humiliate him and embarrass him for no apparent reason. So
that's wild. Got a picture of him somehow. Sent it out all around. Did all this. Shanann Watts' brother. Shanann Watts and her daughters were taken out by Chris Watts, and he's doing this to the brother. Like, it's insane. It's insane. But that's, listen, in my opinion, and again, everything is alleged. This is just my opinion. But when you will stop at nothing and nothing matters to you and you have no boundaries and you will do the things that he is accused of doing to people, that's what makes someone so dangerous. You know, like I said, hitting is like abuse is one thing, but the lengths and the things that he has done to people without any remorse, without anything, that's what's crazy. That's a dangerous person right there. That is a dangerous person.
Jane is-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's why that's why I'm doing this too.
Yeah.
People are on his channel and they're giving him money and stuff like that. He doesn't deserve any of that. All he does is victimize the victims even more and exploit them and use them for his own personal gain. He is a horrible, horrible person. I actually learned, we weren't together when he did the thing with Frankie. Someone had messaged me and I went in and I just started being nosy myself. And I saw that he was also trolling as his other girlfriend using her name. And he was trolling the Shanann Watts group. And he's the one that got the picture of Frankie nude and he was passing it around. Yes. And that broke my heart. I actually cried too. I reached out to the family, but they were probably trolled so hard that they didn't want to respond to me. They probably thought that I was someone else that wanted to fuck with them.
I get it. I know. And you showed me that as well. I have it. I'm not going to put everything out. It's not going to happen. This is not a quote unquote hit piece. This is not to attack him. This is merely, a place where, we got some girls who have, maybe some similar stories. So we have the other girl, Jane, that keeps clicking in and she doesn't want to tell her real name. She has a family. She's married. She's got a family. And she has a house. She's doing quite well. And you guys connected. How long ago did you guys connect? That you guys have been talking? Jane.
Now Jane is going to come on. She has a hard time, so it's a little while before she comes on. But she was another ex of his.
And that's not her real name, Jane.
No, but we really started talking after the breakup with Jonathan because she tried to warn me as well. While Jonathan and I were living together, she reached out to me. She tried to warn me. She was right on everything that she said, of course. But, I didn't want to listen to her. I just thought that she was a bitter ex and blah, 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 blah. You know how that goes. So I was like, oh, she's just a bitter ex. And Jonathan convinced me she was a bitter ex.
A little while. So.
But she was absolutely right about everything.
I mean, it's twisted.
Of course.
Why?
So then when Jonathan and I split up, her and I began talking and I was like, you were right about everything you fucking said about this guy. And we became friends and she's a really good person.
Yeah, she seems really sweet, very respectful. Looks like a good mother. I'll say that. Like I looked through her socials and stuff like that. And she's just like, I don't want to be, thank you, honey, kindness. So when you were with him, what did he do for a living?
Nothing. He was on disability.
Friendly reminder, please do me a favor and hit that like button. Make sure you sub up to the channel and consider being a member of the family.
He was receiving disability and EBT, an EBT card, food stamps. His parents were helping him financially outside of that, So
so he's the one that moved into your apartment, correct?
Yes, I moved to Philly because I had a roommate and our lease was up. And so, I was working from home. I really didn't have any obligations here in Chicago. So he was like, just move to Philly. And I was like, okay. So I got an apartment out there. We actually lived in Bridgeport, Pennsylvania.
Yes,
so I got an apartment.
It all comes out. Yep, it all comes up.
Yes. And then so I got an apartment. We moved in together. And he was really cool at first. It took a little time to just start seeing who he was. Like everywhere we went, he just wanted me to record him. Everything was a selfie opportunity. And then he started doing things like things that he shouldn't have been doing that worried me, trying to scam gift cards. And I just started seeing that he was, he never changed. Jonathan never changed. He's still a fraudster. And it's something that people don't know about him, and you can find the information if you really look it up. Jonathan, when he went to prison for wire fraud, that wasn't his first time going to prison. He was in Pennsylvania State Prison before that for phoning
Listen to this.
in a bomb threat to the Westchester Mall, and he made a prank call to 2 girls working in Wet Seal in the mall and threatened to slit their throats. And they got an order of protection, and Jonathan, I think he called back or something like that. Anyways, he was violated on that order. So when he got violated on that order, that's when he ended up doing a little bit of time in Pennsylvania State Prison. He's a 3-time felon.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that insane? He called in a BOMB threat to a Westchester mall. He also called a specific store in the mall, and threatened to slit the of 2 of the women that worked there. They were so scared that they got an order of protection against him. He then violated that order by calling them again at the store. That's a scary situation for those women. Can you imagine being them? To him, it's a game. To him, it's funsies. But how many people's lives did he affect in a negative way? That is scary. Can you imagine being them, like afraid to like leave this, like afraid? Again, this is all alleged. This is this person's account of the information. It does not reflect me or my channel. Everything is alleged. Everyone is innocent till proven guilty. You know the drill.
He did he got a felony for the thing in Pennsylvania that he went to prison for. And then he did the wire fraud that he got in trouble for. And then he got a felony for that case out of Tucson, where he filed a lawsuit against Gabby Giffords, claiming to be Jared Laudner, the guy that shot her. That wasn't funny. When I found out about that, that's one of the things that like sent me over the edge. And I was like, I'm done with you.
Wow.
A little girl I was like, how could you think that's funny? A little girl was killed when that happened. And a woman was shot. I mean, that's horrible.
Yeah. Wow. Did you know?
The only thing that his mother told me was that he actually was diagnosed with a borderline personality disorder, and that he would not take his medication for that.
Okay. So it checks out. Thank you, Cindy. Wow. I was really afraid that he was going to be a borderline. I personally have, friends that, they always say that have psychiatry, degrees, and they have PhDs in psychiatry. They always say, the worst in schizophrenic is actually a borderline. I'm like, well, that doesn't sound borderline. That just sounds like bipolar, because it sounds a lot like bipolar, like a little moody, right? And they're like, no. So do you feel like, have you ever seen empathy come from him? Like, is he nice to animals? Is he nice to animals?
He was nice to our cat.
Okay.
He's always looking for another way to scam money. He's always looking for another. He actually decided to play basketball one day. I was with him. We were at the park. He was acting crazy and he fell and he broke his arm. I actually have a picture of him with his broken arm.
Show me. Show us. Show us.
I'll have to go back through and find it, and I'll send it to you tomorrow. But what he did was he wanted to sue. So he claimed he fell at another park where the sidewalk was broken. Yes.
Has he ever been successful with any lawsuits?
No.
Because you want to know what he told me in the car? I can't prove it. You'll just have to take my word for it. But he told me that he received a check for $10,000 from Kraft Macaroni and Cheese. He said he contacted them and said that he got food poisoning. They didn't vet it, and they just sent him a $10,000 check, and then he left. I didn't push it.
No, he's fucking lying.
Okay. All right.
I don't believe that. I mean, unless it happened like after I was gone, but I doubt it.
This was 20. I don't know when was. Hi, Courtney.
Hello.
Hi, Courtney.
Are you listening to this, Courtney? Or are you like hearing this?
I just tuned in. My family is like driving me crazy tonight. I'm so sorry I'm late.
You didn't kick them out?
I'm about to. I'm telling you, I need a she shed.
Oh. So we are here. Yeah, it was 2 days that Jonathan and Naomi got married after 2 days.
Oh, wow.
So that is not J for Justice.
Yeah, okay, like I'm just gonna be like totally honest because I'm Marissa's pain in the butt. I don't believe anyone ever. So when I heard that people were saying that you weren't who you said you were, I went so everybody can hear this because if Molly has something wrong, I drive her nuts because I'll be like, no, that's not, nope, I'm a prover. But I went and found her and I listened to her, and this is her. This is not J for Justice because I didn't hear your voice yesterday on the live until later on. And I will admit the little bit that I heard, I at first was like, oh my God. And so I went to go, I'm like, I got to find this out. I want to make sure that Marissa's not like getting like trolled or something, And so I can verify that Angela is who she says she is. She's a real person. She's not J for Justice. So
yeah,
that can all be laid to rest. The people that said that have no idea. They didn't check. They didn't find out. They just put that out there, and it is incorrect. And anyone in here that knows me, I am not Captain Save-A-Ho. So I do this because I want to know who I'm talking to, right? I want to make sure
that I'm not a hoe.
No.
I didn't wear this.
You're too old to be a hoe. If you're over 40, you're not a hoe. You're a cougar.
Jane, Captain Jane.
Hello, Miss Jane.
Is that you? Jane, can you hear me? She said she's never done this before.
No, she's never done this before. Actually, I've only ever done a YouTube thing one time a few years ago, and I didn't even remember how I did it. So
yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out myself.
I screw it up every time I try to come on. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something I ever thought. This isn't like something that I ever thought that I would have to revisit, like these thoughts and the things that happened, years ago and stuff like that. Like this whole JLR thing, I never really thought that stuff like this would ever come up, and like I never thought that I'd be sitting here like scratching my head and having my skin crawl and thinking, whoa, like, and the thing is there's a part of me that feels bad for him because I know it's a severe mental illness that he's had his whole life. But at the same time, he knows that what he's doing is wrong. He definitely knows. And it's all about your intentions.
And if you know that this is the thing, and this is just a general statement, but if you know
between you and Jonathan, I know it's because of him.
Wow. Season 52, huh?
She said, I hate to tell you this because he's my son and it
hurts wrong. He definitely knows. And it's all about your intentions.
And if you know that this is the thing, and this is just a general statement, but if you know you have issues like that, and you know that you need things to help you regulate,
honey,
and
can you turn that down?
Then that's your responsibility to do that. And if you don't, then you're responsible for whatever happens when you're not regulated. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I agree.
It's a responsibility.
One of the things that I thought was interesting, Angela, was you said that you had a really great, thank you, kindness. I appreciate that. You said that Jonathan's mom was pretty awesome.
Oh my God, yes. I loved her. She was awesome. I spent a lot of time with her, and I'm not here to attack Jonathan or anything like that. But I can tell you that I would have lunch dates with his mom all the time, and we would talk, and she never had anything positive to say about him. And she would ask me all the time if I felt like all they did was enable him. And I remember on our last things don't work out with you and Jonathan, I know it's because of him.
Wow. Season 52, huh?
She said, I hate to tell you this because he's my son and it hurts me, but I cannot stand him.
Oh,
Oh my God.
that's heartbreaking for both of them.
It's very heartbreaking because, and actually he came from a very good family. I met both of his parents and I spent a lot of time with his mother. We would text all the time. She wanted things to work out.
I saw them. She was nice. Seasons 52. Let's meet here. Do you want to go to Walmart? I have these messages. I even have her number. Is she still alive?
Yes, I think so.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
He came from a really good family. He's just I don't know what's wrong with him. I mean, maybe it's because he does have borderline personality disorder, but he has never had a job. I don't know if you guys know this. He's never had a job ever.
I never knew.
He's never had a job. Don't listen to him when he says he has a job. He's never had a job. He didn't finish high school, which I'm not knocking him for that. But I think the reason he didn't finish high school was because he was getting into trouble then. And you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Well, in that interview, he had said that he started the like AOL stuff and some of the fraud stuff like when he was in high school, junior high age. It was that interview, that video that you sent to me. They were in that like big paint shop or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So it sounded, that's what I assumed is that was, and then he was what, 21 when he went in, was it? 21 to 35, I thought he said. Something like that.
Possibly. I know that he did time before. He did a lot of time. He's been in and out of prison and jail all of his life, which is very.
I mean, it is sad. It is sad that, you know, the relationship is what it is, and the mother is even like, you know, I mean, he's bad news. But in all fairness, and they'll get to this part. I mean, did y'all know that he? I'm gonna say again, everything is alleged. Allegedly, he, from the wire fraud thing, he had given his parents $45,000 of that money. After he gave them that money, he then went and turned them in. So they did some time in jail. He basically set them up because now they had a lot of that money from the fraud. So he set them up and they did some time in jail for that. Like, this is what I'm saying. This is what makes him such a dangerous person, because there are no boundaries. There is no target off limits. There is nothing that he won't do. And it doesn't, it's like he does not have a moral compass. Everything is fair game. Everyone is fair prey. And that's how it is. And no remorse, no nothing. That's crazy. And, you know, it's unfortunate that a lot of people don't see it until it's too late or they become a victim. So, you know, this stuff does, if true, this stuff needs to be talked about and this needs to be known, especially for somebody that's still in the business of dealing with the public and doing what he's been doing. I'll just leave it at that.
Sad.
It is.
And I'm going to tell you guys, and I'm not saying this because I hate him or whatever, because I really don't hate him.
Oh, thank
he
you,
has mental
Doctor.
issues. I understand that.
Ivana,
but I don't think he's done going to prison.
But I appreciate you coming in.
Really?
Oh, he's definitely going to end up back there because he's just doing so much fucked up stuff still.
It's going to his head. I mean, I said it last week. It's going to his head. And when you don't know and you are in the dark, listen, I don't Google every person I go out to lunch with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I met him outside. Listen, thank you, sweets. Listen, I will not lie on him either. I can, and I told you that, Cutsy. I told you that, Angela.
Right.
Listen, he's never made me feel I was like you. I believed in him. I tried with him. You gave him an opportunity, and so did I. Now, did I have sex with him? I didn't.
Me either. I'm not his type.
She's like,
Oh.
click with the camera.
Love, trust me, you're not missing anything. I promise.
Oh, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm totally fine with it.
Wait a
Okay, I am going to skip this part because I would like this video to stay up. But I mean, you can go after if you want to go watch that part. I mean, but just be warned, it's wild.
I'm dying right now.
I know. So
Oh my
much.
God.
I had to smoke a cigarette, so I turned my camera
Listen,
off.
I'm gonna
Girl,
message
I need
Ed
one
Santana.
too. Like less than 2 minutes and it's done. He doesn't ever touch.
Oh, okay.
Her to just call on the phone.
Yeah.
Or look at the.
So again, that part is I couldn't play it, but I just couldn't play it. There's no way. There's no way.
Bottom, Jane, there's a microphone and a camera picture.
Do you see that?
Click the microphone and it'll unmute you.
Welcome, Zombie Moonshine. Glad you're here.
I know. So
Oh my
much.
God.
I had to smoke a cigarette, so I turned my camera
Listen,
off.
I'm gonna
Girl,
message
I need
Ed
one
Santana.
too. I'm gonna pour a glass of wine also.
This is
I'm
Jane.
definitely
This
gonna be
is,
sending a message right now and saying
another
he's gonna
ex-girlfriend.
kill me. If I'm dead in the
yeah.
next, if I'm dead in the next week, it's because of
Because
this.
I'm going to say that I did not expect this to go this way.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna ask her about the sex.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, ladies. You asked me something, I'm gonna tell you the truth, honestly. Just like I said, I wouldn't come in here. I'm not attacking him. I know he's got issues. I feel bad for him in some ways. You know, and he never hit me. But I am telling you, he does have a really bad temper and he throws tantrums like a child.
Like how?
And he's threatened to physically do things to me. But he never actually went through with them. Probably because he knew I was gonna beat that fucking ass. First of all. Secondly, he had a pending case going on at the time. And I told him, I said, you know, when he did get in my face one time, I said, you know what, I'll call the police. And if I call the police, you have a pending case going on, you're definitely going to fucking prison. You don't want to fuck with me. So that calmed him down.
Jane. Oh, yes, we can hear you.
Yep.
Yes. All right.
How are
Good.
you?
I'm good. I was just like really struggling. I had to go through and like play with settings and do all this stuff.
We can totally hear you now. And I let them know that you're like, you got a house, you got a husband, you got kids, you got a good life, and that you wanted your identity safe, and you got that here.
Yeah. Thank
So,
you.
Angela's up here, and so is Courtney. Courtney is like she's like my share to Bono, Sonny Bono, and I'm the Sonny Bono, and she's the share.
Uh-huh.
So we kind of.
I wish I was shit.
So Jane, you were with Jonathan before Angela, so that was after he got out of
Yeah.
prison.
Yeah. It was like almost right after. Yeah.
How'd you meet him?
It was funny. He was actually in a halfway house, like out of prison, and he was online, and like I just thought he looked interesting and entertaining. And it's funny because people said that like he preyed on me, but I'm the one who approached him.
Really?
Yeah, I started just sending him messages, and like he didn't have all like the videos and everything as much as he does now.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had like really weird pages going on, and a few of them were like of his ex Naomi.
What did you think of all that?
It was weird. Like I would confront him and be like, "You are like still really obsessed with her," and he would just get mad, and, like have a fit like a little kid.
You look a lot like his two exes. Did you guys notice that you all kind of look alike?
Yeah, I've somebody.
Thin, tiny, right?
I had 3 people say that I reminded them of Magnolia. Like
That's
that
what
we
I
both
said.
looked
Yeah.
like. Yeah. And I found out about like all that's happening now because an old friend reached out and they're like, I have to tell you something. And they were so apologetic to me. But I was like, well, I will say he never put his hands on me. It doesn't mean that he may not ever have.
Okay. Yeah.
But
I just want to say this for those of you that might not stay. I mean, I don't remember exactly how long it is that these guys are in here. I'm not going to play obviously your whole video. Just the ex-girlfriends are on. But for those of you that might have to leave at some point and won't make it all the way through, I this is so crazy to say. I want to say it in a decent way. She goes on to say that he always wants women around him. You know, he likes having the woman beside him when he's making videos or whatever, but he's not like into women like most men are into women. Like, what did it for him was when there was a tragedy or a mass shooting that would get him in the mood, let's say, more than just his woman, which is, I mean, again, this is a psychological issue. Like, this is, and again, all this is alleged, but she actually says this. And so, I mean, I'm talking, this is there's darkness, dark psychology. This is dark psychological shit in this guy's head. So she did say that. She said oh, good Lord. Likes to have stuff done to him, but does not want to touch or do anything to the woman, but only gets excited, you know, when there's a tragedy or a mass, you know, or something like that. That's what does it for him. So, I mean, that's some crazy shit. That's some crazy shit. That's all I can say.
But he was still in his ways, like them narcissistic behaviors, and everything always had to be about him.
So right before you came in, Angela said that he threw tantrums.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with that? And what would set him off?
Yes, Jane is an ex-girlfriend before
like
Angela.
anything that
right after he got out of
he
prison.
wanted. Like if you didn't give him the attention he wanted, or you didn't like his idea, or if you were jealous because, you know, like because he's talking to all these girls, or at least you think so.
Yeah, I feel weird even saying it. Like,
yeah, he would create a lot of fake pages and log into them and like comment on his own stuff with these fake pages and like have whole conversations with them. But it was him on both pages.
Yes, he did do that a lot.
You know, when I only had like 5 subscribers, like I thought about doing that, but I didn't. But I did think about it. But I thought that would take. I'm lazy, and I was like, that would take way too much time. I mean, I'm an only child. I'm used to talking to myself.
I feel like I wish I had a bottle of tequila and just did a round of shots for everybody here and in the chat. Like,
man,
this is like
the girls' night out.
I mean, but
night out.
I mean,
before the 2016 election, because he was all about Trump, and yeah, he was doing like all the silly stuff. And if I didn't encourage it or go along with it, then it was like I didn't care, or I was jealous of him, you know. But I mean, I don't even know how to like get on Restream, so I'm clearly not about like trying to have stuff out public.
No, we get it, because listen, Courtney was like, you know, you have to vet the fuck out of these girls. And I'm like, no, like they're decent. And I go, and they're not like trying to go on any sort of attack or, you know, slander him. They're not coming up to say, oh, like, you know, he's gonna beat you or anything like that. Like, we actually talked about that.
We had a long discussion about that.
We had a nice discussion, because like I said, there will be no hit piece. There will be no hit piece. There will be no setup. Like it's almost like it's sad that something like this happened, but the good thing is that girl could have died.
Yeah.
That girl could have died. And I really think that if he didn't head back to that airport, that she was going to forgive him. I really feel.
No, he didn't go back to the airport. He left for Florida.
I agree with that, because I think that what happened was the reason why. I'm so sorry, Cutsy, I don't mean to talk over you.
No, go ahead.
I really think that the reason that she spent the entire night and she didn't call the police was because she was contemplating on whether she was going to call them or not.
Yep, I said that too.
Mm-hmm.
That and thinking about the repercussions.
Yeah,
she does. Because this isn't me calling the cops on somebody in my private home.
Yeah,
this is her calling the cops on somebody that is literally known internationally.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, she had to weigh it. And
I lost friends and had people go after me when I went through my thing, and that was just a couple people. I can't imagine having the entire internet deciding on your fate, basically, when it
Yeah.
comes to something like
Mhm.
this, you know?
I waited till the next day after I heard the 911 call, and I was just like, wait, I mean, like I do listen. Like I listen like I'm a cop. I listen like I'm a lawyer. I listen like I'm a judge. And then I listen like I'm on a jury. Like imagine being on the jury and you want to be fair to him and you want to be fair to her. And you're like, well, this is the evidence. And it all makes sense because you can hear in her voice where she goes, I don't even know if I'm calling the right place because she was stranded. She did not want to have the attention of the nose.
Yeah. Well, because when it happens over and over, you actually, it almost becomes normal to you, you know? And I think, and yeah, it's just embarrassing. She kind of downplayed it, but
yeah,
if there's, especially with the RO, she had to prove injury. You have to prove that what you say in those documents is true. So I imagine she did hand in medical documentation. It was in the police report that she signed the waiver of HIPAA rights so that they could have access to those medical reports. So I don't know. I honestly, I don't know if Marissa told you or not, but I started out when I found all this out. I woke up that morning, I saw all the news about it, and I got up and was trying to disprove it because I thought mirrors because of the stuff that was happening with the source. I went right to that police department, that county, this is not turning a new leaf. Well, it isn't. If he hasn't, it's a new avenue, but it's not a good one for sure.
Oh no, girl. He hasn't changed. And what he does behind the scenes is like really scary.
Like what?
He doxes people behind the scenes. He looks up their families. He'll use fake profiles to do all of this stuff.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he's really bad. Oh, and the one thing that I wanted to mention too is that when Jonathan committed that the money fraud, the wire fraud thing, he gave his parents $45,000 of that money. And then when he got caught, he turned in his own parents. He turned on them. And I know you've been doing your research, Cutsy. I could tell. So you probably saw on the BOP website that they were both in federal prison for a little bit. And that's because he ratted on them.
Isn't that insane? Can you imagine? Like committing this crime, getting all this money, giving $45,000 to your parents, and then as a setup, and then turning on them, turning them in, and sending your parents to jail for a crime you committed. That's some sickness right there.
Yeah, you kind of set them up, and then
Patsy called me in the middle of the night saying that I don't even know if we should speak about this because it's too
thank
unbelievable.
you, Libby. Welcome
People are
to
going to
the
think we're lying.
yeah,
it's true.
I mean, it's just.
Have you ever met the parents, Jane?
I was just going to say his own mother warned me about him.
Oh.
She told me, she's like, you're so sweet. You're so nice. She's like, you're too good for him. He's bad news. And she warned me, and I didn't listen until I was like at my breaking point. I was like a pretty big alcoholic. I was drinking a lot. Okay. And I began.
Well, you'd have to be.
People found out like that I was like seeing him, and a lot of people didn't like it, and there may or may not have been some people from my family who began to harass him, and he like freaked out, and he told me I was an alcoholic and blah blah blah. And then like, you know what, I did get help after that, and I've been sober since. It's almost been 10 years.
Congratulations.
Like, that was like something good I got out of it, I guess you could say.
You said that.
That
was the first thing you said. You said, I'm grateful to him. If it wasn't for him, I don't know if I would have been sober. He helped with my sobriety. That's one of the first things that you said.
And you know what's funny? I saw a page that he had created not long after I got out of rehab, and it was like he was poking fun.
I remember
Alcoholics Anonymous, and it was like, I forget exactly what it was, but it was like a page poking fun at Alcoholics Anonymous. And I think it's because I had gotten sober, and this was right after, and it like really didn't bother me. But I'm like, he's so like
petty.
Yeah, it was
try to sue Alcoholics Anonymous.
Right.
Yeah.
Remind me, I have a story about suing Alcoholics Anonymous to tell you later privately. That just reminded me.
I'll tell you, I didn't know that he tried to sue the Special Olympics.
Yeah.
I saw a Melly video last night that was sent to me by one of the mods. Sarah Adams found this video and I played it very early this morning and I was losing it. I was losing my shit over this video. And it was everybody that he was suing. I mean, how do you sue Christina Applegate? He sued Al Qaeda. He sued, there's so much more. And there's so much more.
Duh, right in
That's
front of
her.
my face.
There's
All
a
over my
mod in here, and she sent me this shit. Adrian was still in bed, and he's riding a bike simultaneously, riding a bike
This isn't.
and writing a lawsuit.
I
So I'm
like
sitting
it
there
so
saying, you know what? From what I there was no.
Yeah, I could have been like that in the car. See,
maybe these girls know what I'm talking about. Like, it was so mute that I was like,
no kindness.
and freaking out. He's not confrontational. Have you ever seen him get into arguments with other dudes?
No, I think he's scared of other dudes.
Not for nothing, but most men who beat on women are.
Yeah, he's definitely
Don't
scared.
get in
He did get into an argument with a guy. He was looking through his windows, and I saw this because I was looking at his page. I was looking at his page. He provoked an argument with a guy. His name was Angelo something down there in by Brian Laundrie.
Yeah, we actually saw that video. Remember, he was the guy going after, screaming at JLR because JLR was trying to bait him into physically touching him. Like, he was totally provoking him, getting him, riled up, and rightfully so. And the guy was pissed, right? That's what I mean, rightfully so. The guy was pissed. And he was looking in his window. He was doing all. I mean, it was crazy. But yeah, sent that guy to jail. That guy arrested.
So he picked an argument with the guy. He was looking through his windows. He provoked him. And when the guy pushed Jonathan, he wanted him to do that. He actually called the police on the guy and got the guy in a whole bunch of trouble. And people were donating money for his lawyer. This was a guy who had never been in trouble.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh. Sarah, I'm like flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think you ever told me that one.
Wow.
Oh, I never
I need to
mentioned
be in
that.
the garage with whistle down right now, like chain smoking. I'm like,
And just the way that he victimizes people, I could not deal with any of that.
I don't blame you because it's like saying that it's okay.
Yeah, it's like co-signing.
Yeah.
So I went off on him and I started screaming at him and I was like, why are you doing all of this? Why are you bothering all of these people and doing all of this stuff? I'm busy working. He promised me when we moved to Florida together that he was going to get a fucking job. I believe him.
Mm-hmm.
He did nothing to find a job. And he would just print out pictures of himself all day. And I'm serious. I'm not kidding. He had literally at one point on our table, in the living room on our coffee table, he just had pictures of himself, just a lot of printouts and pictures of, he went crazy with that Trump shit. And he would say that he didn't have money for gas. And I was like, well, maybe because you're spending the little bit of money you do have to run off the fucking Trump rallies every chance you get.
Right.
Thank you. There's questions in the chat.
Yeah.
Why does Jonathan always cover his arms? Do you know why?
I think that's because they're scrawny.
Yeah.
Marissa, I sent you a picture of him with his shirt off. I think that his arms, or at least one of his arms, is in that picture.
I doubt that's the reason.
Yeah, I have him in bed. I have pictures of him in bed. Pictures on the toilet.
She's like, I don't know.
Yeah, we got lots of pictures.
Okay, the Jesus. Tell us about Jesus.
No.
The Jesus photo was in your apartment, correct?
Yes, it was in my apartment. And
no, we're gonna skip this part. But basically, she says how he took a picture of Jesus. Oh my God, it's so this is some sick shit, guys. Like, I don't even know. This is not in my world, but I guess he basically took feces and wiped it, like put stuff on the Jesus picture in her house and like thought it was funny and like left feces all over her, like in her bathroom garbage can, like did some nasty stuff. That's what she's talking about here. but I'm gonna skip that part. But she said she was very offended because she obviously believes in God and and loves Jesus, and for him to do that was totally disrespectful to her and just disgusting.
He thought it would be funny, I guess.
No boundaries.
No boundaries.
Can I ask a really
too far, and you disrespected me. And when I went into the bathroom, I saw there was it smelled too far, and you disrespected me.
Loved him?
I did in the beginning.
Yes, did you love him?
When we were first together, but I think that actually faded by probably like we moved in, I'd say in like March. I would say by Christmas, no, I did not feel that way anymore.
Wow. Did he have
D. Libby, thank you. Thank you, CNY. Your coverage on all the cases you have covered has always been done critically and thoughtfully with much research. Definitely a reason I have always followed you. Much love. Thank you, D. Libby. I very much appreciate that. That is awesome.
a porn issue?
No, he did not.
Okay.
He did not have a porn issue. But he still fit in his fucking head that one day when he woke up and he was reading something that happened, there was a mass shooting or something like that, and he said to me, he was like, let's have sex really quick before I get too distracted.
No! Oh my God. Shut your mouth.
It was hard to hear, and she does go on to repeat this, but again, there's certain words that trigger, and I don't want it to. But this is where she tells her that we were in bed one day, and a shooting happened, and it came on the news, and he said, "Okay, let's do this." And before I get so focused on this, so that was what got him going. It was the shooting. That's what aroused him and got him going. So that's what she just said.
Oh my God. You're telling me that what turned him on physically was a mass shooting and not.
Back. I'm like,
And
holy
she
shit,
says the
I
word.
was
That's
fucking
why
crazy.
Oh my God. You're telling me.
Come on.
Back. I'm like, holy shit, I was fucking crazy. Like, I was drunk and on benzos every day, and like,
Yeah, you didn't know what was
back,
going
I'm like,
on.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, he could have preyed on me, even though I
Yeah.
told people like, oh, well, no, it was like me who approached him, but it doesn't mean that like, you know, he couldn't have took advantage.
Exactly.
She's back. She's back. She's back. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
back.
she's got the best stories.
Oh
She's
my
lived
God.
with him.
I'm sorry.
Oh
No.
no, we just want to make sure nobody came and got you. I'm scared right now.
So basically, right before you left, you started to tell us, because you were like staticky, and I was like, wait, am I losing her? I want you to repeat what you said, because I screamed out, are you telling me that he got turned on by a shooting, a mass shooting, more than a
Yeah, she's got the best stories.
Oh.
Hurry up. Let's have sex before I get too focused on this. Yes.
Acting like he's such a street to have sex with.
Oh my God. And what did
Girl,
you think?
know, I was like, well, that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
You know, he's fucking weird and he's crazy. He's literally insane. He's really good at acting normal, though, because he acted very normal in the beginning. But you know that stuff that he does where he constantly repeats himself, like on his channel?
Somebody was asking that earlier. Yeah.
He talks like that in person. He talked like that in person with me. He would just constantly repeat himself, and he would be like, come over here and let's snuggle, 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 snuggle. He would call me Mrs. Fresh.
What's that guy? Tony Pauly, was it Pauly 2 times? Pauly 2 times?
In 2016 sometime.
Mrs. Fresh.
What's that guy? Pauly, was it Pauly 2 times? Pauly 2
Yeah.
times?
We're gonna go get the papers. Get the papers.
Yes, girl, you're right on it.
Friendly reminder, you guys, please that are in here, do me a favor and hit that like button and make sure you are subbed to the channel if you have not already done so. And consider joining D. Libby and becoming a member of the CNY family. We would all love to have you. Anybody that wants to do anything extra and help us directly, you can do so. The links are scrolling across the bottom of the screen, and they're also in the description below.
Fucking weird. And I was like, I don't know. I always just felt bad. I was like, he was just institutionalized and things will work themselves out, until he started showing me that he was never going to be anything but a scam artist and a fraudster. And then I was like, you're not going to get me in fucking trouble with all your shit. I'm out of here.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, there was a time when I was with him, and I forget what the event was, and he went like he was going there to help people. That's what he was saying, but he was actually posing as Naomi and trying to get social security numbers of like the victims of whatever the disaster was. I wish I remembered what it was. It was like
No.
2015, 2016 sometime.
Oh
But
my
like,
God.
yeah, and he wanted to use her identity, and he had a copy of her driver's ID. And like he had showed me that before that he had it, and yeah, he would pretend like to be her for different things.
Jeez. And Jane, please don't get mad at me for mentioning this.
Okay, this part's crazy. Again, I want to just state that this is 2 of his exes that have come forward to speak out, adding fuel to the fire. And yeah, and everything is alleged. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. Everything is alleged, okay? Before this, but what she's about to say is crazy.
I love you. You're an awesome person. Honestly, you're the best thing that came out of him, out of the situation with him. But I remember going through his pictures and I found sexual things between him and Jane. They were together for, a year or whatever. And I was like, why are you holding on to these pictures? And he said, well, you never know when you might need to use them.
No.
Yes,
no.
he did.
No.
Yes, he did.
Wow.
Which is very scary because that is a huge thing, like sextortion scams and, I mean, blackmail. I mean, you never know. Like this is a dangerous guy we're talking about, allegedly, that has no boundaries, that does not see boundaries, does not care, does not think about how things are going to affect other people. And he's told you that himself. He's come right out and said that.
Come on.
That's low.
He's a fucking scumbag. I'm telling you. Jane knows too. We both know.
Yeah, and like I didn't listen. People be like, "Oh, he's dangerous," and I'm like, "No, he's not. Like I could kick his ass." I'm like, "He's not dangerous."
Both of them.
But like,
They all want to fight him. They all want to fight him.
Yeah.
Jane would have beat his ass. I know her now. She would have whooped his ass.
But like even worse, like bruises heal, but that stuff sticks with you in your head for a long time.
Yeah.
And those guys know high canvassing crimes, and guys like that they know how to get you. They can read you, and they know each person's weakness almost.
And he played on Jane's weakness. He knew that she was going through some things. And I think he used that. He found that she was vulnerable and he used that. And he did the same thing with me because when I first started talking to him, he sent me a friend request. I was going through the death of my brother who was 25 and I was very depressed. Mm-hmm. And I feel he used that also.
When it happened to me, I was going through separating from my husband. And that's when my stinker entered my life. And this is something that I was wondering though. We keep hearing about this porn addiction. And you both have said no. Reading the police report, what it says was what she referred to as porn. And so what I wonder, is it women sending him pictures, inappropriate pictures, and she's calling it porn, not necessarily that there's actual like
video
porn.
Oh, that's possible.
Yeah,
that's what I believe is that women, because she said she caught him cheating.
Like they could hold their own. So
see, where did she say that, Sarah? Because I've seen chatter say it, but I haven't seen anything in the police report but I could have missed it.
That's why she confronted him. Like, I can't believe he took off. I can't believe he would take. I thought that he took the phone on accident. And I remember saying that. And I'm like, if he had to, he probably just took it by accident and like, that's what I really thought. I didn't think that there was this thing where he was like savagely beating her or anything like that. No, there's no gay porn. We haven't heard anything about gay.
I mean, like years back when I first started seeing him, and like, you know how random people, like you're talking to somebody like that and you're on their page, so then random people start like reaching out to you. And I had some guy, like telling me he's like, oh, JLR like to take it in the ass.
Oh,
And it's all about
He's really, yeah. I don't know. It was really strange.
That's like the best way to describe it.
That's it.
So he did to her what he did to me.
Yes. He's incapable of actually caring about anyone.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Someone earlier asked like what you guys think about him being out at that Nancy Guthrie's case and praying at the end of it every night and for the end of his streams. And like I said, I really thought that he had changed.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck. That's getting him more views and it's getting him more money. That's all he cares about.
Yeah.
That's
I didn't
exactly
even
what it
like.
seems to be.
Yeah, it's not shocking to me considering like he posed as a family member like with the Sandy Hook stuff. Like, so like nothing shocks me. He'll do anything just for attention or money or whatever it is.
Yep.
Wow.
He messaged me and warned me about him. And I was like,
unfortunately, I think a lot of people thought the same thing. A lot of people are shocked because they thought the same thing, that he was a nice guy and, you know, just really wanted to help Nancy. And it's crazy. It's crazy. All right. Let me get rid of this. Sorry. Appreciate it.
I'm not listening to you, but she was right.
Yeah.
That happened to you, though.
She did.
Yeah.
Girl, I wish I would have listened to you.
It was like when my head started to finally like clear up and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, wow, like I just couldn't believe myself in the choices that I made. And like, you know, so like, yeah, I did warn you, but I mean, if somebody did it to me, like obviously people warned me too, and I didn't listen.
Yeah, and I know she was only trying to warn me
listen.
because she knows that she knows how he is. She knows that he doesn't give a fuck about anybody. He's incapable of giving a fuck about anybody.
Did you meet his family, Jane?
I'd spoken to them, but I never like met them. Or
Okay.
you know, actually, I did. I met his mother once. I didn't meet his dad, but I did meet his mom, and it was like very brief. But she was nice, and I spoke to her on the phone quite a few times during our relationship.
That's what I've heard is that she is very nice and
Yeah, I was also told from Angela that the sister, Carrie, wants nothing to do with JLR.
Yeah,
She's
like completely normal, I guess you could say.
Oh. Yeah. Did you ever meet her?
No.
Oh.
I never met her either, but I did meet his father. And
Tim.
I met Tim. So we all they invited us to Thanksgiving. They took us to Fogo de Chao for Thanksgiving. I might have a picture of that. I don't know. I have to. And so we were having a really good time. And Tim said to me, he said, Angela, he said, we should do Fogo de Chao again for Christmas. That's if you and Jonathan are still together. And that's only a month later.
Oh, so they had like, so they knew he was crazier than a shithouse rat, you know?
Yes. Yeah. And Tim looked at him with like, oh, and I forgot also Tim was like, when he talked to Jonathan, he was very sarcastic because Jonathan was taking selfies the whole time and pictures and all that stuff. And Tim said, we're sorry that we bought him that phone.
Do you think he could focus long enough to pull off a long con? What is he doing at CrimeCon? He's not appearing, is he? As of like signing autographs, and he's not doing that, right? Is he autographing and doing photo ops of people?
Oh God, I hope not.
I mean, it would be all he has to do is apply. All you have to do is pay for the vendor space. Yeah, you can do it. That's not something I would do. I go to those cons. I just don't go to CrimeCon because that's not fun to me. I'm not gonna, that's just not fun to me. I want, like Freddy Krueger and Jason and Chucky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I go Nancy Guthrie. Listen, you guys, I'm not gonna freaking. I'm gonna play something for you. It's all connected. So if they make this old lady the biggest thing since sliced bread, and now let's go full circle. 3 days ago, who in sliced bread, and now snazzy trinkets. I like her name, Schnazzy Trinkets. It says, did either of you know anything about JLR's time working with who? Hold on. It says working with, hold on, what?
Nick.
Nick from At Night Media. Oh,
that was the Cavalcante stuff. But they also, that was that whole thing with
bad things. You're going to have a lot of bad things and a lot of bad people around you and a lot of bad. What? Let's bring the husbands and the kids. We'll have all goes down.
With my old neighborhood, I can attest to that.
Thank you. And guess what? It brought you down as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's like with people that wake up and what do? They put on, you know, for the Price is Right, and they put those lawyer commercials. It's like when I came back to this little YouTube sector, and I saw a couple months ago, I told dear life, and they're still here right now. All these, and I'm saying this on my mother's name. You fire the fucking first shot, and I swear on my mother, I will have the last fucking laugh. And I don't fucking fire first shots. And I don't go down without a fucking fight. And that's what my mother and father.
Good night, guys. Have a good night, love.
You too. Bye.
She was great, Angela.
What, love?
She was great, Angela.
I know, she's awesome. She's a really good.
Angela, that's Jay for Justice, remember?
Oh, shit. Yeah, I can't believe they were. Do you know who Jay for Justice is? Time I was being trolled to death. You called up on because it was Facebook phone.
Want me to go on video again? Okay.
No, you don't have to. No.
Girl, I look like crap right now today,
I
but
have so many
You
photos.
look great.
I have so many photos, and the fact that listen, you know, Cutsy did say that about 3 months ago, Jay for Justice was being attacked because she trolled a chat and got caught. Cutsy, have I not? You said, "Oh, it's the same old shit over there."
I don't just do true crime. I do nails. I do beauty stuff. Menopause freckles. They're not cool.
I'm being indicted. And I was like, for what? And he was, I knew it. I've known it the whole time. I knew it when I was with him.
And I went away. So I went into the sun. No, I felt bad because she sent me a $5 donation and said, I have to know, are you wearing a full face of makeup? I'm actually not. I know. I'm not. I don't really need it. So when I do need it, I do look, when I put it on, I do look like a photoshopped angel. Like I look almost angelic, but no.
I just look like not a lumberjack anymore.
Oh, you are you're very beautiful. So
thank you very much.
You are welcome.
So let me ask you a question because I got another. One girl said that you really.
It is actually Maybelline.
Did you, when you said earlier, she asked me twice to ask you this. She goes, when you said, I do think that he's going back to jail. Did you feel that way before the Magnolia thing, or did?
Yes, I knew it. I've known it the whole time. I knew it when I was with him.
So you,
we started living together, and then he started doing all that scamming stuff, and I realized it because he would do a lot of the shit while I was working because I actually work like a normal adult, and I was like, and then he came to me and he's like, I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm being indicted. And I was like, for what? And he was like, for this Tucson thing where he wrote this lawsuit. And I was like, are you fucking serious? I thought you were done with all that shit. And he was like, well, I did that before, just before I met you. He's so fucking stupid that he wrote the lawsuit. He had somebody else write it because he wasn't supposed to. And then he he grabbed the envelope, put his fingerprints all over it and stuck it in the fucking mailbox.
Wow. Now, who did he sue out in Tucson? Because that's where that Nancy Guthrie is.
The case that he got out of Tucson was where he did the lawsuit against Gabrielle Giffords.
Oh, was her boyfriend the Olympic
No, she was
astronaut, right?
Yes.
Astronaut.
No, Gabrielle Giffords is the congresswoman that got shot.
Oh, that's right. By that, yes, because his roommate was on camera, bawling his eyes out.
There was a little girl. It was a mass shooting where Gabrielle Giffords got shot, and there was a little girl there that got shot and killed too. This fucking idiot thought it was funny to file a lawsuit and make a big joke out of this stuff. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? That's not funny. A little girl was killed. A woman was shot.
Oh.
he ended up pleading out to that because he knew he couldn't deny it. His fingerprints were off. So I'm like, are you that fucking stupid? You had somebody else write the whole thing because you weren't supposed to file a lawsuit. And then you actually put your fucking fingerprints on it and carried it to the fucking mailbox because you're that retarded.
Wow.
Do you think he's smart? Do you think
He's the worst fucking criminal ever? Everything he does, he gets fucking caught. And I'm only saying this because I'm only saying this because he's a bad person. And to make fun of a situation where a woman was shot and a child was killed, I'm sorry, that hurts my heart. I'm not with that.
No. Well, that's it too. I mean, there's scams, and then there's stuff that just, again, there's just gotta be some boundaries.
He keeps crossing the line.
Yeah, that's what it's like. That's the thrill.
It's crossing the line.
I'm going to do what no one else would dare do. And it's going to astonish everybody, get attention, because negative attention is better than zero attention.
I tell you that every day.
I mean,
exactly, love. You're exactly right. He just wants attention.
See, this is the thing. Go over to Jonathan. He got the flying, right? Guess what? Someone was making a nasty thing saying, "Oh, you're monetizing the shit out of this." What are you talking about? I haven't gotten more than the biggest super chat that I have gotten on this channel was $20 less than a week ago. So don't think that I'm making money off of this. This is not something that's kind of profitable, okay? Because I'm doing something good. If I was doing something bad, I would be making money up the
right. Like JLR is. It's the bad people and the evil people that make it. It's it's us truthers and us real people that have a hard time, that struggle.
Ass, because that is what is rewarded. Disgusting. Everything has been a lie. 2025, 2020. I believed it.
I did too.
Look where we are.
Okay,
and I get it. If you don't have kids, listen, if you don't have kids, goddamn truth. I know a false flag when I see them. Energy and we can't get gas. None of us are going to.
Okay, I think, let me just make sure. I think that's
to see each other out in the street and say, hey, demon possessed, like conjuring things.
Oh, Lord.
So it was nice to meet you too. Thanks for coming on and talking to us.
Okay, go out and have a good time. Me and Cutsy are going
to. Okay, so that's the end of it. Angela is leaving. Again, full credit to Go Lightly Life Coach channel. That was her. She interviewed the ex-girlfriends. So I'm glad she did because we were able to get some information from them, which is awesome. Yeah, I would say, yeah, he for sure needs help. It is a shame. It is a shame. But in all fairness, if everything that they're alleging is true, they were probably pretty scared, probably nervous and scared. And I mean, who knows? Like when you're dealing with somebody that has no conscience and doesn't care about how or what he does to other people, it's probably very hard to even think about coming forward or speaking out. You know what I mean? It's probably hard. And she did say in there that that Magnolia probably waited until the next day because she was deciding whether or not she was going to stay with him. She was probably weighing the situation at hand. But again, I don't know. That's what she said. That's her opinion. It's absolutely insane, though. The stuff that, allegedly this guy has done and gotten away with. It's crazy. It's crazy. But there is something to say about somebody that think about that has no boundaries. I mean, we see it all the time. You see it in movies, you see it on TV. And it's like there are people like that will stop at nothing and not, nothing else matters except for what I want. And I want it now. And this is entertainment for me. This is funny to me. This is how I get through life, is just screwing over and hurting other people. And it's that's scary. It's like she said with the pictures. Why do you keep these pictures? Because you never know when I might have to use them. Like that probably scared, that's probably a scary thing for Jane to hear. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people say, well, she looked happy in videos, they were always happy in pictures. Well, you could say the same thing about Gabby Petito. In their pictures, you don't post your fights online. You don't post your bad moments online. You post the good, you post the what you want presented to the world online. People don't see the darkness. People don't see the bad stuff because you don't want them to. So it could the same thing could be said for these two here. And I mean, listen, we don't know. Magnolia could have ended up as a Gabby Petito. You know what I mean? There's too many victims out there because they couldn't leave or they couldn't get away or nobody would believe them. And that's scary, but it's real. It's a real thing. Yeah. Absolutely. I want to thank you guys for being here. I don't know where you guys are watching from, but it's late here. It's 3 a.m. here. But I mean, my schedule is all backwards now anyway. So this is the time I'm up and going. Yes, please hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Every little bit helps. And when this live gets done, please do me a favor. Please come back and drop a comment. Doesn't matter what it is. Let me hear your thoughts. Let me hear your opinions. If you just want to drop emojis, it helps put it in it helps keep us in the algorithm. So I'd really appreciate that. And if you guys got any height points, that'd be cool too. Give me 1 second. I'm going to see if, give me 1 second, guys. Las Vegas. Nice. Always wanted to go to Vegas. Never been there. I'm just checking to see if there's anything else I wanted to, I could address in this live. It's supposed to be warming up here though. The weather's supposed to be getting better, but I mean, New York weather, it's like every 5 minutes it changes. It's ridiculous. We had a week of 60, 65s and literally like then a week of 20s and 30s. It sucks. What are you guys thinking? What are you guys thinking about all this? I'm glad you're here, Mystic Firefly. It's awesome. It's awesome. I'm glad like you guys are all here at this time. I was like, I don't think anybody will be on. It's so freaking late. But I'm glad you guys are here watching, supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. No, I bet you don't. This weather sucks here. I keep saying, we got to get out of here. Move down to Florida or freaking Texas or something. Somewhere where it's warm all the time. I mean, I think if you guys have not voted on the poll I got up here, just make sure you go ahead and vote. Just put a vote in. I'm curious to see where everybody stands on that. Appreciate you guys interacting with the channel. Yes, there's a 3-year no contact order. There's a court date or something for that on the 21st of April. So not sure what's going to happen with that, but there is a 3-year order of protection and they both agreed to that. So that's good. That's good because it could have been, and we could be having, and if she, listen, women who can't get out of that situation sometimes, I mean, we could be sitting here having a totally different conversation. You know, it could have ended very badly for her. Whoops. All right, let me. 45. Okay. You guys, while you guys are in here, if you want to, again, consider becoming a member of the family, we would love to have you. And again, if you guys want to help us directly, us, the CNY family, you know, our family, we would really appreciate it. We have some stuff going on right now and we could really use all the help we could get. So if you guys want to help, never expected, just appreciate it if you want to. The links are down in the description below. I heard that they both tended to court and agreed to the 3-year protection order, but JLR needs to keep on keeping on. Yes, that's what I had heard. Great video a few days ago. JLR had Q&A. He rubbed me the wrong way when he said, let's get this party. I never watched him. There was always something about him that I just, and like I said, before this had happened with Magnolia, I never followed JLR. I didn't even know she had her own channel. Oh, thank you, Sal Capano. Little support, great personality. Thank you. Very much appreciated. I didn't know anything about the guy except that he had been to prison at some point, right? That's all I knew. But since this has happened and everything I found out, like it's wild because, but I knew like this, the first time I ever saw him, I was like, there's something about him that I don't know. Like he just, I just knew he wasn't my cup of tea. You know, I just felt like there was something off about him personal, like his personality, who he was. And, you know, I always try to stick with that. So, and I'm glad because there's so many people that are like, I was completely fooled by that man. Like, I really thought he was a good guy. I thought he really cared about victims. I thought, you know, it was awesome that he was taking his time to go boots on the ground and go do these things. And I really thought that he cared. And so many people are like, I was so wrong. And I feel like such a fool, but it's not your fault. You know, people like him, people like him pretend and put out this facade like they are these really great people. Like they want you to think they're the greatest thing since sliced bread, you know? And you can be easily fooled. That's how it works. You don't, you know, and whether it's to watch him or follow him on his channel or whether it's, you know, these women who are in a relationship with him, you know, you don't learn who these people are right off the bat because they're very, very good at what they do. They're very, very good at pretending. They're very, very good at putting on this different persona and pretending to be somebody that they're not. And then it's not until, you know, you get to know this person or you're behind closed doors that you really get to know who they are. And a lot of time the public, that never happens with the public. It happens in relationships, but the public, you know, you just have this, oh, I follow him. I like his news. I think he's a good person, caring and whatever. And a lot of times you never get to see the truth. So the fact that this stuff is actually coming out and coming to light is good for a lot of people because it will help a lot of people. And I just want people to be aware because of all of the fraud and everything that he has done. You know, people just need to be aware and be careful. I didn't know who he was. It is crazy. It is wild, guys. It really is. JLR carried many creators through this past month. I respect his tenacity and drive. Yeah. I appreciate your thoughts. All right, guys, I am going to end this one here. I will see you guys tomorrow. But yeah, anybody who wants to help, anybody who wants to donate, please like and comment. It's free. And please share. It's totally free. It's a free way to show your support, and we greatly, greatly appreciate it. I'm going to end this one here. I love you guys. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. Keep asking those hard questions. Keep spreading that light. And I will see you all next time. To Sale Capano and D. Libby, thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you all tomorrow.